WayaPay is actually a fintech, a financial technology company, and our product, as you can see, is called Waya. So some of the features that we have in there, you're able to send each other money on the Waya ecosystem pretty much the same way you do your M-Pesa transactions. There are multiple ways of being able to verify your documents. There's multiple ways of being able to know if you're a real human or not. And these are some of the things that have been brought about by technology. You might be in the US without papers, but you're a human, right? You have an ID in Kenya, or you have a passport. So we are able to validate and verify that passport. We are able to verify you through selfies and being able to take photos. Simplicity is one of the things that we want to really focus on within our app. And signing up, like I showed you, is pretty much very easy. All you need to do is you just need to provide your KYC information. So we'll request for your phone number, email address, and all that, and we'll be able to open your account in under 5 minutes.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris Omala and I'm your host. I'm here in Washington DC at this hotel, and what's happening here today is the official launch of WayaPay. WayaPay is a digital banking application that was invented by Kenyans in the diaspora. So today is the official launch, and I'm here to bring you details of what the WayaPay is all about, how you can get involved, and how you can participate.
Belgium, as you can tell, is pretty late on that side, and he's already queued, he's ready to go, and we're going to have him give the keynote speech as we begin tonight. So thank you again so much for coming, and as Hemston gets ready for a buzzer, I'm just going to ask the guys on the back if you can.
Thank you so much. My name is Hemston Maroria. I am a co-founder alongside with David of WayaPay, and I'm a software engineer by background, and I look after the product development and the technology that pretty much is making us here today. And I'm happy to be here to present the bank that focuses on you. And when I mean you, I think David has talked a lot about the immigrant communities and what we are talking about. And ideally, we're a digital bank for the diaspora.
Today I'm here in Washington DC to witness the launch of WayaPay. And WayaPay is basically digital banking that was created by Kenyans in the diaspora. And one of those Kenyans is with me here today. Please just introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you so much. So my name is Hemston Maroria. I am the co-founder and CEO at WayaPay. I'm a software engineer by background, born and raised in Kenya, and I'm here today to launch the Waya app, our digital bank for immigrants.
Hemston, as a Kenyan, I'm very excited because one of the things that we can be proud of as Kenyans is the invention of M-Pesa. And I know WayaPay links at some point with M-Pesa, but before we even talk about that, what is WayaPay?
Yeah, so WayaPay is actually a fintech, a financial technology company, and our product, as you can see, is called Waya. So Waya is actually a rendition of the name Waya, the English word to send money, in Swahili. So we have a very African origin, and Waya is a digital bank and immigrant-focused money transfer platform focused on the African diaspora. So we are enabling African immigrants to open bank accounts and to be able to send money home in a faster, more efficient, and convenient manner.
How does this work?
How Waya works, it's a pretty simple app. So think about Waya as an interjection of Cash App here in the US and your traditional bank,
Yeah.
as well as the existing money transfer platforms.
Yeah.
So with Waya, users are able to actually open checking accounts. So think about these like your typical Bank of America, Chase bank account. So we enable Diaspora to open bank accounts in minutes. There's no branch. You open this within your app. We have partners we partnered with identity verification partners, KYC partners to bring you this service fully digitally. Once you open bank accounts, we have packed a lot of tools and features in our application to enable you to transact, both here in the country where you live and work, and still, when you're sending money back home. So some of the features that we have in there, you're able to send each other money on the Waya ecosystem pretty much the same way you do your M-Pesa transactions, for those that are more familiar with M-Pesa. So you'll be able to send each other money. So if I'm on Waya, you're on Waya, you can send me money, I can send you money for free, and that's instant. If you have money in your Waya account, you can send money domestically via SCHs, for those that are familiar with SCHs here in the US. So you're able to pay bills, you're able to pay other people here within the US. You're also able to get a virtual and physical debit card, which is one of the big things. We have partnered with Lineage Bank, pursuant to a license by MasterCard, to bring you a physical and virtual card that is linked to your Waya account. So this means you can go to your favorite restaurant and spend using our card that is linked to your Waya account. Beyond that, you're able to send yourself money to your other bank accounts. You're able to connect your existing bank accounts to move money into the Waya account, and you're even able to use this as your primary bank. So we're looking forward to have a lot of Africans start using Waya as their digital bank, and bank to even accept salaries and stuff like that. So lots of stuff packed in. So now this means you don't have to worry about having one bank where you bank and another bank where you send money back home. We are bringing all these things together because we understand that immigrants, beyond sending money back home, they have other needs in these countries where they live and work. So we are bringing them an all-in-one mobile banking platform that enables them not only to send money back home, but to actually use financial services in the countries where they live and work.
My viewers, one of the things that is going through their minds, especially the diaspora, because I'm diaspora and it's going through my mind right now, is how does this compare to the existing other apps that are there? Let's say Wave, let's say PowerPay, Western Union.
I won't talk about comparison that much. Why? Because we are not actually competing directly with those platforms that you've mentioned. We are actually more of complementing. So I'll give an example. If you are a Waya customer, you use Waya as your primary bank, we give you a debit card. That debit card is what those providers require when you're sending money back home. So these are pass-through money remittance platforms. We are more than just a money transfer platform. And this was out of a need where we realized that immigrants are sending money once or twice, and you're an immigrant, I'm sure you understand this. But these people are sending they're spending money within the countries where they live and work over 20-25 times, because they are paying bills, they are going to restaurants and doing all these things. So ideally, WayaPay and Waya app is pretty much our all-in-one digital bank and money transfer platform. So we not only just enable people to send money back home, you can hold money, you can send each other money here in the US, and when you need to send money back home, which is once or twice a month, you can still do that without leaving your digital bank here in the US. So that's pretty much our main competitive advantage. And beyond that, when you're sending money, we're able to give you a better rate. Why? Because we don't have all these hooks that you have to go through by connecting your card or doing all these things to be able to send money back home. And last but not least, when you're sending money back home, we are working with licensed partners that allow us to settle payments in over 120 countries globally. But for now, we are targeted at the African immigrant community, so we'll be able to settle payments to all bank accounts, as an example, in Kenya, to all the mobile money providers. Many of these people and companies that you've mentioned only support 2, 3, 5 banks, So we'll be able to offer a more extensive coverage when it comes to offering this service to our people, because we understand their needs. We understand that they only don't bank with one particular bank or the tier 1 banks. They bank with all banks in Kenya. So this is a solution we've built by our people for our people.
You're Kenyan, you understand. We are diaspora. We have a large pool of us here in the diaspora who don't have makaratasi,
Yeah.
Make a distinction. Explain how this is going to help somebody like that. But just beyond that, if our concept of banking is you go to an office, you line for 2 hours, then you're given forms, you sign, and you're given a card. You're told, keep checking. In the next 2-3 months, you'll get your card and your bank account is open. You're talking about digital banking. Explain that, how that is going to work out.
Yeah, so digital banking is actually one of the fastest growing spaces in the financial technology world, and we are actually one of the first companies to build a digital bank targeting the African immigrant community. So we have worked over the last 3 years very closely with people from the diaspora. We've, I think, interviewed over 1,200 diasporanians who actually are facing some of these problems. And this is actually a product that has been designed with all those factors in mind. So as an example, the whole aspect of being able to go queue to open a bank account, we believe it's a thing of the past,
Yeah.
Because there are multiple ways of being able to verify your documents. There's multiple ways of being able to know if you're a real human or not. And these are some of the things that have been brought about by technology. So with Waya, all that is a thing of the past. You're able to open your bank account in a matter of less than 5 minutes, because all we need is to verify, your name, your ID number, for those that have social security numbers. We're able to do this digitally, and this has been made possible by a lot of our technology partners that we work with, to do identity verification for African immigrants. Now, when it comes to matters of makaratasi, which is very common for a lot of immigrants, whether it's students, these are people that are facing a lot of problems being served by traditional banks here in the US. So there's more than one way to verify somebody other than having a social security number. And we've worked very closely with our banking partners to ensure that we can actually have alternative ways of verifying users before they open bank accounts. So I'll give an example. You might be in the US without papers, but you're a human, right? You have an ID in Kenya, or you have a passport.
Yeah.
So we are able to validate and verify that passport. We are able to verify you through selfies and being able to take photos. And these are not things that are new. People, when you sign up to Airbnb verifies your identity digitally, right?
Yeah.
When you sign up to some of these e-commerce apps, they are able to verify your identity. So we are bringing some of this in a very legally covered way into the banking space, and more specifically, to the African immigrants. And this they'll be able to see firsthand when Waya is fully available to the immigrant community.
Most Kenyans and most immigrants, we don't have time. We work so many hours. So you can, in a day, you can find about 20-30 minutes to do anything apart from just thinking about your work. How long does it take to sign into this app?
Our word is our word. So we're telling you that it takes under 5 minutes to sign up, open an account, and activate it. So all we are required, because we are regulated by law, is to fetch some information, some personal information. So as much as you're in the US, we need to verify your address, because that address is what will be registered and it's required by law on our platform for you to be able to open a bank account. So all we've done is taken the manual process of opening a bank account and digitized it, And because of technology and mobile technology, you're able to do this in under 5 minutes, because all the information that we require, we are able to fetch it very fast and guide you on what we need for you to provide. And once you provide that information, you agree to disclosures, which is the long forms that you go to the bank and sign, even without reading, So we are bringing that in your fingertips, and you're able to sign up, see all these disclosures, activate your account, and within instantly, once you open your account, you can still apply for your debit card on our application, So ideally, all these things, we're currently actually on our internal testing, and we'll be rolling this out to the larger public once we do the official launch. And it has been done. It is possible. We are creating accounts, we are moving money, we are creating transactions, we are sending each other money. So this is, quote unquote, your M-Pesa coming to the US where you are and enabling you to transact with the convenience of mobile money that you experience back home here in the US where you live and work.
Welcome everyone to our show, Diaspora Home and Abroad, and I'm your host, Chris Omalwa. We are doing this from Nairobi during the Diaspora Conference. Me and my guests are attending the Diaspora Conference here in Nairobi, Ole Sereni. Many Kenyans from abroad are here, and there are a lot of policy discussions that are happening. My guest is the co-founder of Waya. Waya is digital banking that was launched recently. In fact, the last time I met my guest, and at that point now I want to welcome Hemston. Hemston, it's my pleasure to host you. The last time we met was during the launch in Washington, D.C. Very fantastic launch. So today what you're doing is just to update on what has happened from then to now, because I know there's so much that has happened along the way. But before we even talk about that, please just introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chris, and it's a great pleasure to connect and meet you here at home. I'm a big fan of Kenya. I love the weather, I love the people, I love the food. So it's
I love the food,
definitely great to be here. My name is Hemston Maroria. I am the founder and CEO of Waya, and just like Chris mentioned, we launched our digital banking app for the African diaspora in DC in September 16th. And it's been an incredible journey since our launch, getting to do a lot of internal testing, fixing any issues that, we may have encountered. But yeah, we are finally live. People are swiping using the Waya cards. So it's been an interesting time.
The app has been launched for quite some time. Can you just give a brief of how, based on your tests, how is it going so far?
Yeah, so that's going pretty well. So launching a bank in the US, which is one of the most complex financial markets in the world, is not easy, So the journey for us has been quite interesting. So what happened is that when we launched our bank, our banking partners and our different partners needed to make sure that the Waya team is very conversant with all the banking operations. So for the past 3 months since our launch, we've been doing a lot of testing, a lot of trainings, just to make sure that our ground control team, our customer support team, our payment operations, banking operations teams understand all the complexities that are needed to run and operate a digital bank, because we are no different than an actual physical bank. We're just offering our services on a digital platform, but all the other things, fraud analysis, fraud rules still apply to us because we are a bank, right? And we want to make sure that your money and the money of other immigrants is safe. So we've been doing a lot of trainings, a lot of internal organization to just make sure that we are ready for the task ahead. So we rolled this out to our first initial test group of about 300 users, and we have about 160,000 users that we are looking to target starting January 2023, who are already on our partner ecosystems. So we are really now looking forward to closing up on this particular phase, and now January will be our full rollout to everybody, and everybody will be able now to download and use our app.
What's the process of signing up?
Like I mentioned, once you download the Waya app, this is how the interface looks like. And like I mentioned, simplicity is one of the things that we want to really focus on within our app. So as you can see, it's super clean, super crisp. You have your available balance and current balance up there. You have 2 buttons. add funds and transfer money. So those are the main functions that we have. Down here on the menu, you have home, cards, and settings. So let's start with the cards. So like I mentioned, every time, every account is attached to, you have a debit card, just like your normal bank. So if you come to cards, you will see, like this account has 2 cards. You know, you have a digital card, a virtual card, and a physical card. Now, the beauty that we also have is that anything you want to do on your card, whether it's to delete it, to freeze it, once you forget your PIN, you want to change the PIN, you do it on your app. So it means that if you lose your card, you don't have to worry, because you come to your card and then you just freeze your card from here. You're getting. So we've really packed a lot of features and functionality. So as you can see, our cards are powered by MasterCard, who's also, you know, one of our great partners. We'll be announcing our great partnership with MasterCard soon. So you'll be able to get to also hear that. And then on the settings, you can of course change your passwords. We support biometrics for security. You can see all your disclosures, your account details, you know, on this settings page. So coming back here, like I mentioned, we have 2 main buttons, which is add funds and transfer money. Under add funds, what you're doing here is you're adding funds to your Waya account. So like I mentioned, you can connect your other banks. So as you can see, this account has 2 banks connected and linked. So here I can just pick that and I can add $10 from my Mercury bank account to, you know, this account. Again, this is done via an ACH. As you can see, you just received $10, you know, via ACH. You know, so, and that money comes in and now is reflected on your balance, you know. So the transfer money, this is where you have the 4 main ways of how you can transfer money. So number 1 is to do a wire to wire transfer. So this is what we call like an M-Pesa to M-Pesa transfer. So anybody within Waya can receive a wire transfer. So as you can see, if you've sent money to other people in the past, you have their accounts. So if you choose, say, this account here, and you put like $1, this goes instantly to that to that account.
That's so nice.
This goes instantly. As you can see, I've just sent $1 to Cecilia. You know, and you know, that goes there instantly. Option number 2 is an own account transfer. So this is moving money from your Waya account to your own external bank account. So let's say you want to move money from your Waya to your Bank of America, from your Waya to your Chase Bank. So that's the functionality you use. The third functionality is an external bank transfer, which basically is moving money from your own bank account to an external bank. So let's say you're paying mortgage, you're paying for a car, you're paying for anything, you know, you can use that functionality to do that. And lastly, now we have the international money transfer, which now enables you to send money across borders, you know, from the US to any other, you know, country. So like I mentioned, again, it's a very simplified application, and that's pretty much what the product looks like. And signing up, like I showed you, is pretty much very easy. All you need to do is you just need to provide your KYC information. So we'll request for your phone number, email address, and all that, and we'll be able to open your account in under 5 minutes. So that's the product for you.
Oh, great, great. That's nice. All right, so viewers, I've been talking to Hemston Maroria. Is a partner and founder of Waya. Waya, like we said, it's a new digital banking. It's a new kid on the block. You can do your business, money transfers, transactions internationally. They launched this Waya 3 months ago, so this period has been going through the tests. Today, Hemston was just updating us on how far they've gone and how great the app is working. As you can see, very easy to use. It takes 5 minutes to open your account in the cloud. This is virtual banking now. It's not, you don't have to go to a banking hall and line up for an hour to open an account. Very exciting, more exciting because it started by Kenyans, our own people. As Kenyans, we are proud of Waya, and we hope that you can be part of this. let's support our own. My name is Chris Omala, and I'll see you again in another installment. This has been your show, Diaspora Home and Abroad.